Hey, Phil801 here. Continuing in my Urban Escape and Evasion series, what I want to do today is show you basic handcuff picking techniques and show you a little bit about different kinds of cuffs and what you need to do. And what we're going to be using today for a pick is a common everyday bobby pin. And the thing that we like about bobby pins is that once you're aware that bobby pins are a potential tool for you, if you start looking at the ground and you start watching where you're walking, you'll find them everywhere. So it's very easy to have bobby pins and you can find them anywhere, but you can use paper clips, you can use safety pins, you can use a twig if you shape it correctly. Once you understand how this works, then you'll understand how you need to shape something and what it needs to look like in order to pick handcuffs properly. Handcuffs are actually really easy to pick. Let's get to it. So the first thing you need to understand is the actual mechanics of the handcuffs. They're fairly simple, and there are a couple, these are both different brands. They're the typical police issue, what the police carry. And they're, unless you're buying them at Walmart or something, these are the most common types, and the mechanical systems are the most common types that any kidnapper or anything like that is going to be carrying if they're using cuffs. This is a pair of Smith & Wessons, and you can see that the lock is off to the side, and this is the double lock. That's the Smith & Wessons. These are Peerless, which is just another brand, but it has the keyhole in the center, and the double lock is actually done here with this point on the key. If you've ever wondered what the handcuff key has that point for, this is what it's for. It's for the double lock to punch that, and on the Smith & Wessons you control the double lock right here, and you put the key in and you move this to do the double lock. And we'll talk about double locks in a little bit here. The other thing about the mechanics of a handcuff, if you look at the key, you'll see that there's a nub that's about 1/4 inch that sticks out. And that's critical to understand for your pick manufacturing. So what that key does is it gets, when you put the key in and you turn it, you can see that pawl with the teeth. It lowers that pawl, and it's just a gear system. So what it does is it moves that out of the way. Typically what happens is these teeth on this part of the handcuff go in, they catch on that pawl, and it prevents it from backing out. So what you need to do is build a pick that allows you to access the keyhole and lower that pawl, and then the cuffs will unlock. It's a very simple process, and it's not that hard to do. We like to teach improvised picking, and we use common materials to do that with. So here's a bobby pin. This bobby pin, I've already stripped off the nubs. They'll often have a little plastic nub at the end that just protects the point and the sharpness so you don't stab yourself with it. The handcuff comes with everything you need to create your pick. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up this bobby pin so that it's like this. From there you're going to take the straight end. Notice one is more jagged or rippled. You're going to take this straight end and you're going to bend it, and the handcuff provides a couple of ways that you can do that. One way is to put it in the keyhole at the bottom down here, and then bend it to the right length that you want. The other way is right here on the side of the handcuff. There is a groove. You can see the groove right here. That groove, as it goes in, will be exposed, and the easiest way to make a pick is to stick it in just a hair and then bend it up. and that lets you make a pick. So once you've got your pick made, then you'll want to put your handcuff on. Now, in practicing this, always practice with a handcuff key nearby. Your cuffs will come with a couple keys when you buy them. Don't ever cuff yourself. Even me, I'm very good at this, and I still keep multiple keys around me at all times. I don't cuff myself without a key around. So always have a key, because the most embarrassing thing in the world is to be trying something like this and get stuck and have to call someone to come help you. So keep a key nearby. The easiest way to practice is to have the keyhole up facing your palm. So you want to start by doing this. Later you'll practice it the other way with the keyhole away from your palm. But first you want to get good at doing it this way. It does create a very limited movement for you, and you have to get used to that limitation of your own movements. But once you're cuffed, you can see I've got the keyholes upwards on both of these. So remember what this key does. The key's going to go in here, and it's going to turn this way to release that pawl. So you want to make sure that you know which way it's going to turn, which is into the cuff. So it's going to turn not to the short, so to the edge here, it's going to turn into the cuff. So what you want to do is you want to take the nub that you created and you want to just drop it in to the top of the slot. And then what you're going to do, and so right now my nub is pointing towards the top of the cuff, not to this near edge, it's pointing up here. So all I need to do is I'm going to put my thumb down here at the bottom so that I can control pressure, and I'm going to exert a small amount of pressure against the pawl release, and that's all it takes. So once you've got your hand out, you can switch to the other hand and do the same thing. You just drop your pick in, exert a little bit of pressure, and turn your wrist out. So when you're picking, one of the things you want to be doing is putting pressure against the catch. So you want to be lifting up like this slightly with your wrist. You want to put a little bit of upward pressure so that when you pop that, it's going to open up. You don't want to have zero pressure on it, because you'll pop it and nothing will happen. You want it to release the catch from the pawl as quickly as you can. If you like these skills and you like the idea of learning these skills, I suggest that you check out On Point Tactical and look at the Urban Escape and Evasion class, because there's a lot more than what I'm going to be teaching you on these videos that you'll learn in the class. The class is actually 3 days, and it's a blast, and everybody always enjoys it. I help teach with them. Might be able to run into you in a class, but check out onpointtactical.com and look at their Urban Escape and Evasion course, and you can gain a lot of new skills there that you probably haven't really thought about acquiring. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment. Love to have a conversation with you if you've got questions about technique. This is just the basic technique, and I'm going to be going in future videos, I'm going to go into the more advanced techniques, how to shim, how to do different things, and of course you might want to check out Kelly's video on how to break the cuffs. Thanks a lot.